Hey everyone, welcome to Joy Info Kitchen, where we just enjoy food. On today's menu we have braised pork chops along with rice and peas, garden salad, fried ripe plantains, and steamed broccoli. Alright, so we're gonna start by seasoning our pork. I have 8 pork chops, not 8, 7 pork chops, and we're gonna start by seasoning them. I already washed them with vinegar water and I got them as dry as I could. So here I have my green seasoning. I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon of that. I'm going to use some jerk seasoning. And that's the brand that I'm using. No, I'm not sponsored by them. All-purpose seasoning. Black pepper. And some salt. And I'm using the salt sparingly because the jerk seasoning is high in sodium and I don't want to oversalt my pork. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of ginger puree, and this is just homemade ginger that I made and stored in my fridge because I like to use it in my teas in the mornings. So I'm adding some honey to that and some browning for color. And then I'm going to massage all that flavor into my pork, and I will leave the exact measurements and ingredients in the description box below. I'm going to cover that with plastic wrap and put it in my fridge to marinate overnight. Okay, so it's the following day and my pork has absorbed all that wonderful flavor overnight, and I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good. And one of the things that I like to do when I season my meat overnight, I like to take it out of the fridge for half an hour to an hour to get that chill from off of it before I start cooking it. And you don't necessarily have to marinate it overnight if you don't have the time. However, I recommend you give it at least 2 hours. So I'm going to layer my pork in my baking dish, and I'm going to use some water, just a little bit, to get all that flavor that's left in the pan here and pour it over my meat. And then I'm going to cover it with foil and put it in my preheated oven. So I have some veggies here that I washed already, and I'm going to use them to make a nice fresh garden salad. Initially I planned to do a potato salad, however when I opened my fridge I realized that I had all these random pieces of vegetables left over from the week, so I figured why not just toss that into a salad instead of letting all that go to waste. So now it's time to check on my pork. and they're not quite done, but they're coming along nicely. So I'm going to turn them on the other side. And then cover them and place them back into my oven. While the pork is in the oven, I'm going to get started on my rice. So I have my peas that I've already pressured in my pressure cooker, and I'm just going to finish up the cooking process in my pressure cooker. So I'm adding my coconut milk. I added some sugar to bring out the sweetness, a little bit of salt, some butter, and I'm throwing in the rest of my seasonings. So I'm going to let that boil for about a minute just to get that flavor going, and then add my rice that I already washed. So I'm going to stir it to just get the peas to float on the top so that they don't stick to the bottom and burn while the rice is cooking. And then cover that, and then check on my pork again. So for my pork, normally I just take all that wonderful juice and just reduce it on my stovetop to make a nice gravy, but I didn't bother to go through with that on this particular day. However, it still tasted wonderful. To steam my broccoli is very simple. I just take some salt and some of my green seasoning for flavor, and just steam them for a few minutes. So I'm going to fry up this plantain. And I'm just frying them in some coconut oil. And there you have it, guys. Tender, juicy, delicious oven braised pork chops served with rice and peas, fried ripe plantain, garden salad, and steamed broccoli. Thank you so much for watching. It's always a pleasure having you in my kitchen. Please like, share, and subscribe. I upload new videos every week, and I'd love to see you in the next one. You can follow me on Instagram at @joinfo_. And remember, live life to the fullest and just enjoy food.